Hello my friends, Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa String Works workshop. Received another care package from Wild Badger Power. And let's see what we got. It says it is a gasoline brush cutter. Let's see what a gasoline brush cutter looks like. It's heavy, I know that. Their brush cutter is what we would refer to as a string trimmer. Straight shaft trimmer and brush cutter, it says. Let's see if I can get that out of here. So it's kind of double boxed. I can tell you right now, this thing is heavy. This one says gasoline. Everything we've received from Wild Badger so far has been battery powered. So I'm intrigued to see something gas powered. Looks like the motor's pretty good size. It looks like this might be a pretty heavy duty outfit actually. Let me go ahead and get her out of the box. I think I've got all the important bits here. Let's see if I can figure out how it goes together without getting out a manual. I got a whole tool kit here and some wire ties. Looks like there's a pouch and a belt and a string trimmer head, and it looks like a brush cutting blade. And a guard for all of that. And let's see here, uncover this motor. Boy, it's a hefty outfit. I did not expect anything this big or this powerful. This looks like it's going to be a fairly powerful outfit. Wow, pretty cool. See if I can get the rest of this stuff off here. Oftentimes, that's all you need is the picture. You don't necessarily need the directions. I got a good picture right there. Maybe I can figure it out. Well, I was wiggling this shaft around. It popped right into place here, and I tightened it down right there. So that's the long drive shaft. So it looks like this arm has to go in here, and this arm has to go in here. And I guess we'll have to open this up to do that. I think this must be to carry it with. Looks like that locks in the cable like that. And put one down here, something like that. And this goes in here, something like that, it looks like. And this one goes in here. It's about as good as it's going to get right there, I think. Tighten this down a little bit. All right, let me snug these down now. It's pretty darn easy to set up, I'll say that. There's really not much to it. Let's look at the string trimmer end and see how that looks. Does this undo that? Looks like it. Except that I think we'll have to put something in here to hold it. There it is. I think that's how you hold it right there. And we'll loosen this up. It's got a nylock nut on it, so it's not going to come off. Oh, it's backwards threads. Right, it's left-handed threads, so you got to tighten it to loosen it. I get it. Okay. I think that's probably comes off. I have a feeling this is probably for the brush cutter. I'll double check here, look in the directions here and see if I can figure that out. Okay, it looks like maybe it does go there. Looks like that's it. They show, looks like that going on there too. And then this, we'll unscrew this on there. I think that's the way it goes, just like I did it there. I think this goes on the brush cutter for protection, I would assume, so that would hit the ground, I think. This doesn't need it. It's got the button here to release the string, it looks like. This nut doesn't need to go on there for this. So these three parts are separate whenever you got the string trimmer on, it looks like. Based on what I can see and tell, I think we're together. I think everything's ready to go. Well, nope, that's not true. We've got to put on this guard. I think I see how that goes on there. It goes on like that. I'm just going until it snugs down. I think that's all you need to do. And that snugs up there. So that's good and solid. Double checking this head here to make sure that it's tight. Feels like it's tight already. Double check this little screw to see if it looks like it's tight. I think it's tight. This little head right here, check that. Yeah, it feels tight. Everything else feels good and snug. So I think we're all together now. As far as I can tell, we're ready to put some fuel in this baby and see what she'll do. I can tell you right now, it's pretty hefty. It's a stout machine. I think it's made for heavy duty work, the way it feels. We're gonna have to rig up this harness. Let me get that rigged up and I'll show you what that looks like. It's balanced pretty well. Like you can turn it loose and it just hangs just about like you would hope it would. I see why it's offset. This right hand is exactly where it ought to be. The left hand feels real good. I think this is actually, it doesn't feel too bad really. It's a heavy duty machine. It's 52 cc's. I didn't have any idea it was that powerful. I've got a chainsaw, steel chainsaw, it's 52 cc's. I cut a lot of wood with that thing, so that's a pretty powerful motor. That's about as far as we can take it right now. We'll have to go put some fuel in it and take it outside and see what we can do with this thing. My friends, I thought it would be interesting to see what the weight is on these string trimmers. First, I'm going to weigh Sue's old string trimmer here. It's a steel, and it's, you know, it's a high-end string trimmer. It's a FS 111, so it's a good string trimmer. She really likes it. Let's see what it weighs. Looks like it's 13.6. We'll just call it that. Yeah, I'm pretty positive it's going to be quite a bit heavier, but it's got a bigger motor. Yeah, I think that the steel only has a 33 cc motor. This is a 53 cc motor. Yeah, this is much heavier. It's we're going to call it 18 pounds 1. Anyway, you can see that it's considerably heavier. But when you get a much bigger motor in terms of cc power, that's what you should expect, I guess. Well, my friends, I'm going to tell you for sure that this is a cold start. I have no idea how well this thing's going to respond, how many pulls it's going to take or anything. We haven't started it for more than 24 hours, might even be 48 hours. But we did start it, so I just wanted to be clear, this is not the first start. So here we go. We'll see what happens. This is on start here, so I'll pull it and we'll see what happens. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it pops, so I'm going to put it on run and pull it again. Whoops. There we go. Well, my friends, this baby is the real deal.
This is the professional model. It's heavy. I wouldn't want anybody to think that they're buying a lightweight machine. If you just have a very small yard, this is probably overkill. This thing here is designed to do the heavy work. It has a trigger lock here so you can lock it on when you're starting it. It has a kill switch right here. It has this convenient harness to hang it on so you can see it balances very well. It's over 50 cc's. That's a big engine. My middle-sized chainsaw is only 50 cc's. And my middle-sized chainsaw will saw a lot of wood, let me tell you. Oh, there's the bulb back here. See, had I pressed this bulb, I didn't even see this bulb, but there's a bulb here to press. I knew there had to be something to prime it. It probably would have started much faster had I pressed that, because that didn't have any gas in it. I didn't read any directions on this. I've been doing these things my whole life. Now, I actually did look for a bulb, but I didn't see it. It's underneath here. That's the reason I didn't see it. Let's just see, will this thing start again? And I don't know if I can start it with it being on my harness here, but pretty stout engine. There it goes. I can just push this kill switch and it'll kill it. Now, let me tell you something. I'm sawing some pretty big stuff through here. This is just with the string trimmer. Now, it comes with a brush saw also. So I'm going to put the big heavy brush cutter on here, and let's see what that does to this heavy duty stuff. We'll move you up closer to that heavy stuff, and I have a feeling it's just going to rip it right down.
Now, I got to tell you, I've never done this before as far as changing out this head, but I thought I would just show you the process, and that fits in there. And hopefully this will unscrew. Yep. Righty-loosey is the way this works, so just so you understand that. And I have a feeling that's going to stay on there, I think. Okay, let's see here. Will this go on here and fit? Yeah, I think it will. It's not sharp like a knife, but it's got a sharp edge on it. It's not real sharp, but it's sharp enough to cut weeds for sure. This nut has a nylock keeper on it, so it's tight. You can't turn it by hand. That's why it's a little bit awkward there, but once you get it on here, it's going to be fine. Okay, and then I have this pin pushed through this hole to lock it so I can tighten this down. There we go. It's pretty snug. That's going to work just fine. We're going to go out there now and let the huge weeds have it. I'm talking like it's like brush. It's not really weeds.
Okay, my friends, as you can see, I've got the brush cutter on here. We're going to give it a shot. We're going to lay these big, heavy brush pieces down. I probably should take this off to start it, like I said, but you know what? I've never been one to do anything the easy way, so I just push that bulb a time or two, and let's see if it'll start again. See if I get lucky yet again. Wow, very easy. Let me say in no uncertain terms, this thing's a beast. I mean, it's a beast. Do not buy this thinking that it's going to be some lightweight machine that you're going to do some little small lawn with. This thing's a heavy-duty outfit. You could do this whole farm with this thing. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. That stuff there's thick. So a lot of that stuff I cut off was the size of my thumb. It just cuts right through it. You don't even know you hit it. Now, it's a little awkward raising it up, And technically, you really shouldn't do that anyway. But this harness keeps you kind of safe. You can't get that thing back there where it's going to hurt you. Not very easily. It'd be pretty hard to get that cutter where it could hit you, because this harness keeps it locked away from you. I really, really like this thing. I can tell you for sure, Sue is going to love this thing. She loves to, take care of the gardens and the grass and all that stuff. And this thing's right up her alley. She wanted me to put the brush cutting blade on it. I'm sure she's got in mind of cutting a lot of this brush. Got plenty of power, doesn't slow down. 50 cc's is quite a lot of power. And let me explain to you also, the price on this thing, it's about half of what you would pay for one that would be equivalent in a name brand. And I don't think you can do any better. You see, it starts on the first pull especially now that it's warmed up, and especially now that I remembered or knew to push the bulb there to prime it. But regardless, one fine machine. More and more, I'm impressed with all the different Wild Badger power tools that they've sent us. All of them up to now have been electric. This is the first gas-powered tool, and I can tell you right now, this thing kicks. It really does. I would like to tell you that I have links to the Wild Badger power tools in this video in the description. I also have all the tools they've sent me so far on the Products I Use page of my website. So be sure to check that out as well. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video.